I think we're about due for an avocado tree grown from seed update at 28 months old. Hey everyone, it's Rob the Backyard Gardener and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to update you on my 28-month-old avocado trees that I started from seed. Now, you'll remember back on January 13th, 2020, we started 6 avocado seeds in the hopes of being able to grow a couple to maturity and maybe one day get flowers and fruits. Now, we did start 6 seeds, 4 of which we just directly sowed in the soil and 2 using the toothpick method. In today's video, I'm going to show you the first 4, all of which were directly sown in soil, and then the last 2, which I've been experimenting with because they were falling behind as far as growth from the toothpick method, that I kept them indoors for the last 28 months for the most part, and trying to dwarf them so they'd be a lot smaller in stature should they ever become full-grown trees. That being said, as a quick reminder, in this update, it does take 5 to 7 years at a minimum to expect any flowers or fruits. So if you're watching this video expecting to see something amazing like flowering or fruiting, that's not going to happen. We're only about halfway into the possibility of their journey to do that. And of course, some avocado trees grown from seed never produce flowers or fruit. That being said, let me go ahead and flip the camera around and we'll take a good look at these trees and get you caught up on the action, since the last video was back in October of 2021, about 7 months ago. Before I do that, I do want to say that if you're watching this video expecting me to talk about soil requirements and fertilization requirements, that's not what we're doing today. We're merely just giving you guys an update on the progress and the struggles over the last 7 months when they spent most of those months inside in the indoor grow room. All right, we've talked long enough. Let's flip the camera around and show you what these avocado trees grown from seed look like today. So we'll kick off this video with these 3 avocado plants right here. These guys have been inside the indoor grow room for the last 6 months, and I finally brought them out. Now, prior to bringing them out about a month ago, these guys right here were struggling in the indoor grow room. As you can see on the trunk, all of the lower foliage or the lower leaves all fell off on all 3. I don't know if it was a lighting issue, even though I had a lot of lumens on them throughout the winter months, but they just struggled, and I just couldn't figure out how to keep their leaves on. We also had some leaves that had some issues. I don't know if it was a mineral or nutrient deficiency, but the leaves started to curl and crack, and it didn't help when I brought them outside, because even though I hardened them off over the last month or so, they still got a little bit of sunburn and had to acclimate. The good news is, in the last couple of weeks, they've really started to put on some new growth. So I know that the acclimation period, the hardening off period, has now paid off. They're starting to show some signs of life. I recently added some fish oil about 2 weeks ago, and I think that might have done the trick. These guys definitely love nitrogen, and even though they don't like their roots to be saturated, I have found they enjoy quite a bit of watering, and you can't let them dry out. It's also nice to see that they're starting to get some branching off. Typically, I would top these if they were as leggy as these ones are, but the fact that they're getting branching going on and starting to branch out, I'm just going to leave them like they are. Like I said, it's nice to see that we've got some extra branches coming on, but I still need to solve the problem with some of the leaves, because even though they've got new growth, a lot of the other leaves don't look that great. Another concern is the fact that because they've been in the indoor grow room, the trunk hasn't gotten very thick, and it's pretty leggy and very thin. Digging down here, you can see that the moisture level's fine. I've been keeping them moist outside, not drenched, but just moist. And I'm hoping that with the sunlight, they can put on some more height and some more growth. Now, this one right here is about, I guess, 6-7 feet, and the other ones are a little bit shorter, but we definitely need to get these guys thickened up and a lot more healthier. And like I said, they're starting to show some progress in the last month since bringing them outside. Now, as a quick reminder, I did repot these up probably about a year ago, maybe just less than a year ago, and I put these tubes in here so that I could water them to get the water more at the bottom initially, mainly because I knew they would be indoors, and again, I wanted to have the water come up from the bottom to avoid any fungus gnats or any problems like that, which we did avoid. I think the biggest challenge for me growing avocados from seed in my zone 8A is that I can't keep them outdoors all year long. it's a struggle for me every year to find a way to have them not be totally shocked throughout the winter and then having to reacclimate them for the summer months and the summer sun. Anyway, that's just a quick look at these three. I do have a few more to show you, so let's go take a look at the other ones next. So this one right here is also one of the first four that is now 28 months old, and as you can see, it's just a mess. I don't know what's going on with it. I kept this one in the indoor grow room just up to about 2 weeks ago because it just seemed to not be healthy, and I was afraid that bringing it outside, the summer sun, might damage it. Now, the leaves are droopy, as you can see. They look deficient. They're green. I know it has nitrogen, but for some reason, no matter how much I water this guy, he just looks tired and sad. So we're not going to focus on this guy today. I'll give you updates next time. The final two avocados I'm not going to spend a lot of time on either. These little guys have been kept indoors for months, and I finally brought them outside, and man, I left them too long in the sun. They got a little bit of a sunburn, as you can see. But these little guys, I just repotted before I brought them outside about a month, and they were pretty root bound in here, so I'm pretty sure they're glad to be in these much, much bigger pots. Anyway, yeah, they don't look that great, but what do you expect for spending their first 28 months of their life indoors as an experiment? And of course, the experiment being that if I were to grow them indoors and stunt them or dwarf them, then the plants, when they became full-grown trees, might actually be a little shorter in stature, which would make it easier to grow inside versus having to bring them outside over and over again every single year. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this avocado tree grown from seed update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I definitely would appreciate that thumbs up. As a reminder, I will be updating a lot of my other trees grown from seed series. If you haven't seen those, feel free to check out any one of those grown from seed playlists that I have on my channel. I also want to say before I forget, we recently hit 100,000 subscribers on this gardening channel. Thank you guys so much for all the support over the last several years. It means the world to me. When I do get my silver play button for the channel, I will make an unboxing video in celebration of that achievement. And again, couldn't have done it without all of your support and all of you following along on all of these Grown From Seed series. Anyway, like I said, if you did enjoy today's update, I would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy gardening and thanks for watching.